All right, we traveled far and we are nearly there. 6 kilometers away. And I just realized something. Under factions, if you look under where we headed towards, the UDTR, it says it right here. Suppliers of components. Much like the Universal Shipbuilding, producer vehicles for industrial, military, and mining exploration applications. So, yeah. We could have used that. SMDW, though. What is that? SMDW. Looks like we haven't discovered them yet for some odd reason. All right, we are here. 1 more kilometer to go. We are starving. We are flatbread. We only got synth loaf and banana beef left to devour, but we're not going to devour that. Time to slow our pace down. And now we got a component base to deal with, which is perfect. Okay, let us utilize this platform here. All right, before we discuss what we made changes to, let's go inside. Wait, why was it just open? That's worrying. Somebody just left. It's a possibility. I mean, there is crew enabled in this, so yeah. You got weapons. Let's look at contracts really quick. Acquisitions, you want computers. I'm not giving you up my computers. More detector components. Cobalt, iron, and gold. Now, I don't have any of these with us, so that sucks. Let's look at the store. Any food? Yes. More flatbread. We'll buy that. Fruit pastry, nice. And some ramen. Very, very nice. All right, perfect. Let's go eat something. We're low, so what can bring us up there? Fruit pastries. Wow, they actually sell like green seeds and everything. Here's hydrogen. So if we get connected, we could get some hydrogen on our ship if needed. All right, for selling, they buy cobalt, detector components, and all that jazz, which is awesome. What's the highest ticket item here? They even buy Prototech scrap, which we haven't found. Ooh, magnesium powder. 26 pieces of it. Nice. And you 29 a piece. Okay. We're getting that. Where is my magnesium? Now, do they want small steel tubes and metal grids? No. So that sucks. All right, we'll sell this for sure. That's almost a mil right there. That's perfect. I mean, what else can we buy? Nothing we can really buy, but it's good to get these components now if we ever need it. So food-wise, we're good. We could buy some hydrogen if we wanted to. So we'll turn that on. Where is the... Right there. And there's a connector point right here. But I can't see a thing. We're never gonna be able to get a camera on here. I can't go third person. There you go. Okay, so the only one we can really connect to is the furthest back ship, which is that one right there, and that's the one with the lowest fuel, anyways. Dipship here, we can't connect to fuel up, but that's fine. Yeah, it's more important to get this one fueled up right now. All right, hydrogen tank number 4. We'll get it off. We can. Oh no, we can't. Oof. All right, so that's the most we could buy now on this tank, which is fine. There's a lot of hydrogen too, so that sucks that we can't fill up the other one. The other station is 33 away. So we could go ahead and figure what that is. But faction-wise, we don't even know what that is, which is interesting. Right? It is, what is that called? SMDW. In the factions, I don't think we have that. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Alright, we'll head over to the unknown signal then. Should be fine. Oops. Let me just unlock this. I don't know which button I have for that. All right, so as we travel to this unknown signal, what did I do to this? A bit of a monstrosity of a ship. Well, I decided to take that little connector that was attached back there on its own and put it on the rover, because that makes a lot more sense with the wheel. I dropped the wheel ever so slightly by 1 block so it's more flush. And then I did a merge connection to the freighter up top along with the connectors to plumb everything. So it's merged with the tower batteries over there, if you see that. So we can control thrusters better. And there's a connector on top of the rover, which is not very much conveyed yet. And then we merge block, because we found another merge block, the freighter to the mini merchant. So that's where it's connected. It's not really connected in the butt end of it with the connector and everything like that. And it is 1 block too high, though. That's one thing. So if I can find another block, I'll probably drop it a little bit. So it's a little bit more flush, because the wheels are not the same height from what I can tell. But it still works out okay. It's not terrible. But you see here, some of the wheels are not even touching and everything like that. Kind of looks like it's touching, but I think that's because I did the offset on these. I made a bit of a difference in them. 32 for the back one and -28 for the front ones. And that's why it looks like it's touching. I want to see for sure. Is it leveled? It's on this block here. No, it's 1 block down. That would be more leveled. So that means I need to drop this down by 1. That merge block. Just to make everything flush. But it looks crazy. This thing looks crazy. It honestly would look better if the mini merchant was on top as a double-decker with the freighter. Without the wheel, obviously. And that would be a nice little ship. But we want to keep a rover just in case, too. Because we run out of power, then what we're going to do. And I just realized that we have 2 reactors that actually has uranium in them. Which ship is it? Probably the freighter. Because it does have the 2 big old thrusters on there. The atmospheric thrusters. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and check the other store. Buying components is helpful, but not too helpful. Because we can find it with the different bases and everything like that. I just realized there's an oxygen and hydrogen bottle just sitting here. Was it part of the purchase of a ship? Could be. I don't know why I didn't notice that a little bit earlier, but that's interesting. Yeah, it's in the other cockpit. Huh. I know we found an oxygen bottle before, but I didn't know there was a hydrogen bottle too. That's very useful. Is it the... Ooh, what am I doing? Is it this cockpit? It is. Ooh, so I'm taking that. Now I can fly a little bit further, which is awesome. Yeah, I haven't been in that cockpit in a while, so... I purchased the ship just to merge it on here. I didn't really go in the cockpit to fly the ship itself, so that's probably why I never saw it. 5 away. Almost there. Okay. 2 away. I think we could break at 1 kilometer. Because it's hydrogen. And I love that I can fill the hydrogen in the back. It's at 84%. But the other one should be pretty full. Sorry, got to hit brakes. It's fine. There's a big old thruster in the back. Not much of a platform here, but it will do. I think I can fit it. Yeah, it fits. Fits very well. Because we stick our nose in here. That's actually almost perfect. All right, moment of truth. What do they sell here? Ooh, that I like the sign. Looks like our crew enable is not working for some reason. We're gonna take a look at that sooner or later. Bit of a kitchen and vending machine in there. Oh, it could go in here. That's fine. So it gets stuck there. All right, where is everything? All right, here we go. So I went around just to get to the contracts and everything. Okay. We don't really need the ATM to do this, but whatever. 2.9 credits. Nice. Contracts. You want gold, girders, silver, and nickel ore. Your store is components. Wait, whoa. You sell raw meat? But you also have flatbread, which is nice. And some spaghetti. Ooh. 3 of it. Alright, so you're also a component store, it looks like. Again, it's good because we could purchase a whole bunch of computers like this. I can't carry that much, but that would be more than enough for us for a while if we get these computers. That might be worth it. Okay, so we could fit 2,000 worth, and there's only 281 left. Okay, that kind of works for me. We could get an elite grinder. Why not? We get some Gatling ammo too if we need it for weaponry. We don't necessarily need it just yet. Raw meats are pointless to us because we can't cook it. Unless we find food processor. We haven't found one yet. Ammo could be useful. A rocket launcher, some rockets. Ooh, they carry a lot of rockets. If we found an ore place, that would have been a lot better. Because we could buy uranium and that could put in our reactors and such. I may need to buy rockets. I don't know how much fits in my pockets. 29. Alright, that's not bad. The only thing that's worth staying here for is the hydrogen. That is the biggest benefit of being here. Let's go to unknown signal. Hopefully something spawns also. Ooh. Lang crunchies. We did have some before and used it because we needed to. Alright, we need to get this lower. So I'm just gonna grind this little piece down. So we'll put a well pad here. And we gotta figure out what block do we want to utilize. Probably a battery. There we go. And then we just do a weld pads there. Weld pad here. And then we'll be lined up a little bit better. Alright, now we got flushed wheels, which is perfect for driving purposes. We're gonna head back to the other base. It did also have data pads. So we can purchase data pads to see if we can find anything closer as well. Ooh, SPRT stronghold spawn. Okay. There we go. We got something going. But once again, drones will spawn at the stronghold. So that's where it gets tricky. The drones are fairly easy to take care of as long as they're attacking our rover slash ship and I attack it as quickly as possible. But even that is a bit on the iffy side of things. And we're just gonna kind of crash right into it to slow down, which is a pretty bad idea, but doing it anyways. Ooh, that's a bit rough, but that's a quick way to slow down. All right, so I like the station because it's right over here. That's it. No hassle. Now, ooh, more food. Tons more food. We've been saved. We are safe. We got weapons, rockets, everything you can think of. More magnesium. They didn't. What happened to magnesium? Don't tell me I dropped it. That would be really sad. I was thinking if we just kept the mini merchant without the wheels, we could find a way to double decker it up here, right? So it is a little bit long. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 length from this port. So we put it here, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'll be equaled up to there, which I don't want. So That means we could put it here, and it'll cover this a little bit too, but it will be on the port here and on the port down there. So that'll connect. Now, the only worrying part now is upward thrust. Where are the upward thrusts on here? One right down the middle, which we could just disable, if anything, so we don't burn it. That seems like a good idea, but then where are we going to put the survival kit? If we can put the survival kit somewhere, then that'll be perfect. Now, I know I can put the connector back on the bottom, too, and that could create some kind of connection point here, but no, I don't think so. Yeah, I really want to double decker it. Yeah, I think if we double deckered it, it would be better. Put the wheels on this thing somehow. We can even get wheels right here. It'll be a little low, right? No, not really. It wouldn't be that low at all. We can get a block on here. You go in there. All right, perfect. Now, the biggest item is the survival kit. So once we can figure out where we put the survival kit, this whole rover is not necessary anymore. Which I don't know where to put it. I mean, we could technically maybe even put it as one of these medium cargo container areas. It's gonna stick out a little bit further, but that's not terrible. Shoot, that might be the way to do it. If we can even carry a survival kit. That thing might be heavy. Ooh, something did spawn. Something did spawn. Military barracks by SOTL. They are... Our med kit saves lives. They sound like they're more on the... What's it call it? Side of things. Weapons and ammo and such. Alright, the good news is that we can be a little bit far away because we do have a hydrogen bottle, which is awesome. I'm burning my hydrogen a little too fast now. Oh, because our backwards is on. Alright, it's gonna travel a little bit slow. We may need to travel and stop at 1.4K. And we'll fly the rest of the way there. Or not. We can get as close as possible, see if we get shot. Well, actually, that sounds like a dumb idea. Let's grab our rocket launchers just in case. We don't need this stuff here. We should really dump it. We don't really need all this junk. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and disable what we can disable first. Ooh, we got a missile launcher on here. What else is there? Interior turret. Interior turret there. Interior turret there. Easy to get to as long as the... Oh, gosh. Are you serious? Did it shoot me with a missile or something? I got a little too close, I guess. So if I stay a little bit away from it, is it going to shoot me again? Yeah, it's shooting me. That's not good. Well, at least my body is super, super far away. Ooh. We gotta do this fast. What a dodge. What a dodge. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I can't see anything. Ooh. I can't believe we got shot by that rocket before. Dodge and weave. Dodge and weave. At least you can see it. You need to go. Ooh. Did I get it? Nope. It's on fire now. All right. Whew. That was really bad before. Well, we wasted a little bit of food. All right. How far are we? 500 away? We need to be about 600 away for the turrets. Interior turrets. So where's the interior turrets? We're getting shot at. That's interesting. Shoot that. Did we get it? It looks like it. Nice. Very nice. What is that? Okay. There's still one more interior turret, so we gotta be careful of that one. Ooh, that destroyed. Oh, we didn't destroy anything. All right, perfect. Yeah, let's do this smartly and quickly. So we can keep that there. If anything. And we should be good. All right. We don't want to waste too much rep. And send drones. So it looks like we could just knock out this beacon and antenna. Action relay. Jeez. Nope, we're just going to knock that out. Say goodbye to the antenna. Don't know how that's staying up, but it's staying up. And I think we're good. All right, we should be able to bring our vehicle here. All right, we can empty out this barrack if we want to. I don't know if it would be a good idea or not to just loot up the whole entire thing. All right, there's a bit of an unknown signal a bit far away. I'm just gonna try to grab that with a full bottle of hydrogen. It should be able to make it back and forth. I feel like we've gotten this one many times. Ooh, oh, Sparred Slop. Something we probably shouldn't eat. I've never tried it, to be honest, so do you know what it does? Is it a gamble or is it 100% death? I feel like it's 100% death because it has a skull and bones on it. So that's kind of like, don't do it. All right, let's cut this down. Yeah, again, I'm not worried about losing rep with them, so whatever. Put everything in the large cargo container for now. Put everything away. Grab all the rockets. We bought so much rockets for no reason. We just found a whole bunch. Medkit, that's it. Jeez. All right, so I don't know if there is weapons or not in here. It could be, and I just landed down without even checking. But that's always scary. Is there an extra room in here? No, this is the tower that connects here. Yeah, that's right. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Some ammo there. Ooh, silver ore. We need to process these for the ingots. We can. Okay, we could grind down these things and 2 computers and maybe some displays, which I might not have displays. So maybe I just grind them down instead of keeping them. Yeah, why not? I don't care about these. And what do we get? Iron and tons of scrap. I don't want the scrap. You can... Oh. Alright, I think we're good here. We may need to situate ourselves in terms of all the junk. But yeah, that sucks. We didn't make enemies. It is what it is. Alright, let's situate ourselves really quick. What is in here? Computers and a bunch of junk, right? Nope. Silicon. Oh, there's our magnesium powder. A stupid barrel that we've been... We can't see the barrel because it's not connected to anything. I really do wish I can get everything consolidated so I can see what we have. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, tons of food, which is great. Which we need to consume. Yeah. Alright, we probably leave the slop here, the spaghetti here. We'll leave the flank crunchies. We'll live off of this for now. Spaghetti I kind of want to put away. Give me the flatbread. Got the spaghetti. Okay, and that's it. There's not much we can sell, is there? Not looking that great in terms of making money here. Unless the contracts are decent. Steel plate and girders. No, that's not something we can sell. What did we just accept before? Just the components. But we could sell the scraps. Still 0.92 left I can't sell, which sucks. I wish I had silver ingots, but I don't. Cobalt ingots. Cobalt ingots will be fine. Yeah, that's the thing about these stores. Not much we can sell. The ship one, the ship selling one accepts more components. Well, this is a component store, so they're not gonna accept too much of it. We don't have much cobalt. All right, so I feel like it's not really worth staying here if that's the case. Was a little bit more worth it in terms of like selling everything, getting a new ship and everything. So coming here was a good find for food, but it's starting to think, yeah, I'm starting to think it's not the greatest. But then again, also we have the hydrogen that we can utilize, and it's a little bit far to go back and forth. I wish you could find a station nearby, not nearby the other place. Let's just grab a few more of these data pads, see what happens. Alrighty. Ooh, CLMN 103 away. That's not bad. 144 away. That's probably in space. CLMN, which is near the FCSB station. Oh. That one is not that far from our original base. Faction one. CLMN. Is that anywhere here? Okay, so if that's the case, then we could definitely head back home. Right? 110 away and 103 away. Which is actually closer from this distance. And that's probably in space. Yeah, likely. Ooh. Alright. That changes things a little bit. But this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do exactly what we said we're gonna do before. We're gonna double decker the mini merchant on top of the freighter. So it's gonna be hydrogen tank to hydrogen tank port. Knock out the bottom thruster for that because we don't need it anyways. Or remove it and put it somewhere else. We'll put the wheels on here, on that side, and maybe one over here. We should probably grab blocks if anything. Well, we could still add it right here where the connector is. Might not be high enough though for wheels. So it could be here, or here. Either one works. I think it has enough space for it. Our rover, we could probably say goodbye to. We have enough space in the large cargo container. Okay, so we need wheels on this thing first. So how are we gonna do that? Well, we could take the wheels off of the mini merchant and plug it up here, but I don't want to use this block per se. But what other block could we use? There's not a lot of blocks we could use in the rover itself, except for batteries. I don't want to use batteries. That sounds like a really bad idea. I mean, we could just put it here. It wouldn't be that bad. At least I don't think so. But yeah. All right, so good news is that we could unhook this pretty easily with the merge blocks here. We could then utilize the mini merchant, which doesn't have a lot of hydrogen in it. How much clang are we going to invoke by using welding pads and a landing gear? That sounds like a rough thing to do. But yeah, and when we detach this thing's gonna lean downwards anyways, which isn't a terrible idea. Not a terrible thing. All right, we gotta do it. So let's unhook this here. We'll bring mini merchant backwards a little bit. Grinding off the floor there. All right, I thought this thing will lean back, but I guess not. Good enough. We're gonna have to unhook the wheel here for suspension. Oop. Let's grab it out of there if we can. Can't. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll attach it up there. So, given with experience, just throwing it up here, not gonna work. So, we're gonna need to detach the wheel first and hope that doesn't roll away. All right, just gonna nudge it somewhere for now. Throw in there. Looks like it's holding. All right. Now we bring this there. In you go. In you go. Nice. Okay, I think we're good here. We left a bit of a mess, but should be right. All right, so after much welding, forging on the mini merch and the TT freighter, this is the monstrosity that is now our flyboat ship. So to be honest, I did skip a lot of the building after attempting to place these wheels on here, the extra wheels. We did everything else but that. It took rather weld, so I kind of rage quit. And then I just started going ahead without recording a bit of this. So the result of it is this. We have the freighter on the bottom, the mini merch on the top. We have 6 wheels total. It looks a little low now because we had height offset down just to get to the connector here. And we added some modular cargo containers on top. So we have one there and one here. We need a third one once we find it. But the survival kit is here with the oxygen tank and a lot of little aesthetic stuff like that, which I found off a unknown signal. So I just placed that there. Same with the ones back here with the inset light and the larger version battery with some smaller ones next to it with the random stuff on it, like a button, mag plate, and a sensor. So we just kind of kept all that stuff there. The other piece we added, of course, was these autocannons. Now, you might be wondering, where did I get these autocannons? Well, I did a little bit of work battling an SPRT base, which I kind of skipped to just focus on the building piece of the ship. So I fought a few drones and was able to retrieve some autocannons. So I got one here and one here. So originally it was sitting on top of this right here, the medium cargo container, but I moved it because I was planning to put the modular cargo containers on top. So that's that. So I think that's about it for all the new additions to the ship off camera. And you notice we are actually back to the UVSB beacon. So we flew 100 away to get back here because we had a new base, which is right there, the CLMN, which if you can see it, it's marked as ores. So it's an actual ore or mining station over there, which we could purchase uranium and also hydrogen at times. So we no longer have to travel from all the way back there. But we did skip a few things, which wasn't very important, which is the SPRT base. And I guess secretly we found a farm, which is right over there. A farmstead, which is 100 away. The unfortunate piece is that there's no algae farm. And because of progression, we need an algae farm in order to be able to hack or create a food processor, which that farmstead actually had. And then it goes into the irrigation system and the farm plots. So now there's about 6 farm plots. It had the irrigation and everything like that. It didn't have ice in it, so that was the unfortunate piece. But it's all there for the taking. Again, the only unfortunate piece, no algae farm. Now, does any planetary encounters have an algae farm? If there is, we could get our glass and rebuild one to move progression forward. But don't think that one exists, or if it does exist, it's fairly rare. So currently, I don't know if that's going to happen. We will go back to it if we can. But for now, we have our Frankenstein ship, mini merch, and freighter, which is the small grid ship that we're going to use mainly for moving large grids, really. So we're definitely going to keep this ship we're definitely going to keep this ship for a good haul. But if you look in my inventory, I have 49 million credits because I've been doing a lot of trading, which is basically salvaging, looting, doing acquisitions, and selling components, which I cleared most of the listing here, but mainly gold and platinum was sold, so I got 49. Now, the next step, of course, is to purchase a rover or ship. So, looks like right now, we get a rescue rover, which is only 6 mil of credits worth. And I know there's 2 more large grid ships, I believe. One was a big old freighter, and the other one's a smaller type of freighter, had a large cargo container. I don't have it right now, so I'm gonna have to wait for that to kind of show up. But I don't think I need the heavy freighter with the 3 large cargo containers. I think that's way too crazy. So I might think about combining both the rescue rover with the other ship that had a combination of atmosphere thrusters and also hydrogen thrusters. So it's kind of like doing what we've been doing, combining a rover with the ship. But instead, we're going to go large grid. Of course, the rescue rover itself already has an assembler and a refinery. So the markings that we have here, like basic assembler or even assembler, we technically don't even need any of those. So once we have the new rover and the new ship, we can Frankenstein that ship together, or really it's called Fusion Forge for a reason, because we're fusing and forging everything we can in terms of salvageable parts. And of course, once we feel comfortable, time to head to space. But that might be a little bit further down the road, but at least we have a plan to go forward with Fusion Forge.